So by now this should be a familiar spot. This is one of the places that I take and walk Simon. And the leaves have yet to change, but the weather is changing a lot. It is starting to get a lot more cool. You know, I've got a light long sleeve on, and I love this type of weather, like I said. Today is the day where I go and try to get this tooth fixed, unless for some reason they call and cancel on me, which would be my luck, but that is essentially the main objective of the day. It is Thrifting Thursday. I just walked into a huge spider web. There's spider webs all over the place out here. If you've seen me talk about that in the last couple of vlogs, there are even more. It is very hard to walk around here without running into these huge spider webs. Anyways, today's Thrifting Thursday, so we're gonna try and get a little bit of that done before I have to hit the dentist. We started putting up some of our Halloween decorations yesterday, so we're gonna continue that later this evening. And it's something that I really want to document on the channel and show you guys not only how we're, decorating the inside of our house, but how we are going to decorate the outside of the house, because that is a huge thing for me and my family. Also, how do you guys feel about the plastic vampire teeth logo for the 100 series? It's what I have on the new hats that I have available for the 100 series project. And I think it's going to be the logo for the 100 series. Now, why did I choose that? One, because you guys know I'm a horror person, but two, because when you have something like a creative project, or you have something that is, uploading at such a high consistent rate, it keeps you up all night. And when I think of up all night, I think of, vampires. So that's why I chose that logo. So let me know what you guys think below, because I'll probably put it in the intro of all the videos, as well as put it on some more merch. So I hope you guys are into it, because I think it's pretty rad. Alright, Simon, let's make this happen. Also, check out the socks for the day. How gnarly is that? Let's go home, let's wake Tawny up, and let's go do some thrifting. Pretty soon all of this will be orange and brown. I think we're gonna have good coloring this season, because the weather is starting to cool off like it's supposed to, because a few years back it just went from hot to cold and there was no nice medium transition, and it just killed everything without it turning colors. But I think this year we're gonna have some good color. So here's hoping, because if so, we're going to get up to the mountains and get some photos and get some drone footage and just show you guys what rural America looks like in the autumn. And, spoiler alert, it looks freaking amazing. So, I think end of September, first couple weeks of October is like the peak coloring for that in my area, so not much longer. Alright, so I just got Tawn up, and as she's getting ready, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work on this vlog here. This is the one you're actually watching right now. So I'm going to start editing that down. Then we are going to go do some thrifting, like I said. I have a couple hours until my dentist appointment. Funny thing is, they just sent me a text, and yeah, it's pretty weird. My dentist office will text you, but send me a text to see if I wanted to come in at 1:30 because they had a cancellation instead of 3. Now, normally I would say yes, but I'd already planned to go thrifting with Tawny, so I put it off, or kept my 3 o'clock appointment. So it's funny how they don't want you at all, and then they keep trying to move your appointment up and up and up to the point to where it starts inconveniencing you. So it's really weird sometimes how life works out in that regard. But I'm going to go ahead and get some editing done until she's ready to go. So I hope to have this vlog online today by the end of the night, and hopefully that will start catching us back up for the uploads we missed to make sure we hit that 100 uploads by November 9th. So let's do some editing. When's the last time we've been here this early? It's been a long time. Look how crowded it is. So we're gonna find some good stuff since we're here this early. Alright, so we're at Habitat. This is our first thrift stop of the day. It's where we always go. It's always the first stop because it's close by the house. I shaved, which I feel is like proper etiquette for going to the dentist. Do you think that's proper etiquette for going to the dentist? So they're not digging in a hairy hole, they're just digging in a hole. My mouth hurts. God dang it. Okay, alright. Well, we're gonna go in Habitat. Let me see if I can put this thing on me. Defend M. What does that mean? They think they're defenders? Look at that chair. Oh yeah. See what's over here. Looks like some dogs have lived on them. Yeah. Looks like some dogs have lived on them. I feel like we always come and look at frames. Alright, so in Habitat, all we found was VHS movies, and Tawny found a Christmas tree, Halloween tree, a green tree, that she's determined to get if it's there next week. So, movies we got, Bring It On, VHS.
That's Now and Then.
Oh, Now and Then? I'm looking at the one underneath it. Bring It On. These are some of Tawny's picks. Good movies from when she was a teenager. Dead Poet Society. Neither one of us has seen this movie. Tom Arnold, Rick Moranis, I can't say his name. Big Bully. What is this from? It's gotta be from 96. I was gonna say it's gotta be from the 90s. Beverly Hills Cop 3. Beverly Hills Cop 2. I don't know if I have the first one or not. I might at home. If not, we're looking for it. Tawny found this. Addams Family. This is 3 episodes on here, and it's factory sealed, so that's pretty cool. It's 1964, black and white, 70 minutes long. Fester's Punctured Romance, Addams Family Tree, and Gomez the Politician. And then this movie that if you grew up in the 80s or 90s, you remember, it is The Flintstones with, is that Rosie O'Donnell? Rick Moranis and John Goodman. It's The Flintstones. When is this from, 94? You know, it's always cool when you have these little things like this still in the movies. Rick Moranis quit acting, did you know that? You didn't know that? Because he was like a big name. He's in 2 of these movies right here. He was also in Ghostbusters. He was in a lot of stuff, and he quit acting. You want to know why? So he could be with his family out of Hollywood.
What a sucker.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so now we're at Yokefellow, this other thrift store, so let's see what they've got. Look at her, just leaving me. Happens all the time. Somebody broke it out here, probably.
They sawed it.
No, you think? They might have. What are you looking for? Sweater? Huh? It's not. Blue Moose Tiki Lounge. Alright, so I just dropped Ton off at the house. I'm headed to the dentist. I hope this goes okay. And you know, earlier when my dentist texted me, they said, you know, come in at 1 to make sure you have time to get some work done, you know. And then I said, no, I need to keep my appointment at 3. So I'm gonna be really ticked off by going here and they just look at me and tell me, oh, well, you need to come back to get work done, or you need to come back to get a root canal or something like that. It's really gonna tick me off because obviously I'm in pain, and 2, it's like gonna charge me for 2 separate visits, you know, for one problem. So that's really gonna tick me off. So we'll see what they do. Hopefully I do get some work done, and they do what they can to, you know, take care of the tooth and not just try to pull it or anything like that. So we'll see. We're almost there. I'll update you guys when we get there and then let you know what happened as soon as I get out of there. So I hate going to the dentist. It is by far one of the most uncomfortable things. I hate people being that close to me. I hate people putting their hands in my mouth. It's just terrible experience. But gotta do it. Gotta do it or gotta be in pain. One of the two. So alright, so we're here.
Yeah, it does make you think.
Like I said, I'm not entirely stoked on being here, but I am stoked on getting my pain alleviated and getting my tooth fixed. So, let's do this. Alright, so we just left the dentist and they did exactly what I thought they were going to do. They told me to come back on Monday, which was my original scheduled appointment to actually get the tooth fixed. Today was just an exam to see what they needed to do on Monday. Which is unfortunate because I am scared that I'm going to be back in a lot of pain. And I told them this, but they didn't have the availability to do anything today, so I'm gonna go back and get a root canal, get a crown put on this tooth, and it's gonna suck because Monday, you know, I get off work at 6 in the morning. Emery also has a doctor's appointment at 10:30 in the morning on Monday, and then I have to stay up, go to my dentist appointment, which I got them to push back till 3, and then go into work at 5:30. So it's gonna be hell on Monday, and that's also going into work, you know, with just had got a root canal, so that's gonna be terrible. But you know, you got to do what you got to do, and unfortunately, you know, that's what my Monday is gonna be. So it's gonna suck really bad. But if you guys have ever seen that show World's Deadliest Roads, I feel like this road could be on that show, because if you've ever watched any of my live streams of me going back and forth to work, you've heard me talk about 321, and 321 runs up and down the eastern United States, and it is a road to where, you know, you always either see a wreck on this road or you see a wreck that had just happened. And, you know, I've lived in a lot of big cities throughout my life, but I've never lived in a place where people have such an issue with driving that they have here in these small rural American towns with stretches of highway between them. You know, people around here cannot drive, and it is one of the worst things about living in this part of the country. You know, they just drive like a bunch of jackasses. So furthermore, back to the topic of the dentist, you know, I've got to go get a prescription filled. So that is next on the agenda. And, you know, I talked to the dentist today about something I've been wanting to get done for a while. And that is getting my bottom teeth straightened out. So it is something that's very noticeable when I talk in these videos, something that's just very noticeable when I talk. And my bottom teeth are overcrowded and they're crooked and I hate them. I hated them my entire life. And they make me feel like shit about myself. But, you know, we talked about Invisalign because that's basically the new way that everybody straightens their teeth. And Invisalign cost $5,000. And I don't have $5,000 to put towards Invisalign because I'm a working class American citizen. That's just not something you have, you know, just in your bank account that you can just spend like that, you know, without taking it out of savings or 401k or something like that. But I have great dental insurance, but for some reason my dental insurance does not cover Invisalign. So I think the dentist office in Invisalign offers payment plans, which I'm sure is outrageous, but they're gonna schedule me an appointment to come back in and see the guy that oversees, the dentist that oversees doing the Invisalign treatments, and see whether Invisalign or traditional braces are right for me. And the funny thing about this is that Emory is going to be getting a consultation to get fit for braces in October. So it'd be hilarious if we have a father-son bonding experience through us both having braces at the same time. Be hilarious, right? But if you guys have watched any of my previous vlogs, you might remember me talking about Halloween decorations, right? Because it's that time of year, and I talk about Christmas with the Cranks, that movie where you have Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis, and every year they put up a Frosty the Snowman statue on top of their house. And all the kids in the neighborhood get so excited to see this Frosty the Snowman statue, right? And they get upset one year when they don't put it up. So all the kids in my neighborhood get excited when the Hendersons, me, my family, put up this giant inflatable spider, you know, on the roof of our house. And we've been doing it for like 8 years now. So it's sort of like Halloween with the Hendersons. So I figure that, you know, we're halfway through September. Now is the time for me to get this inflatable spider up on the house. That way, not only can I liven up the Halloween spirit around the neighborhood, but it truly marks us decorating around my house. So I think that once I get this prescription taken and filled, we're gonna put the spider on top of the house. And that's gonna be, like I said, a big marker for decorating the house and a big marker for the neighborhood that it's time for everybody to get in the spirit. Last year, somebody came to our house trick-or-treating. They told us that their daughter would always come by and look for the spider on top of the house. And then when it wasn't lit up one night, I guess I didn't plug it in, her daughter, who was like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years old, was having a fit and started crying because she wanted to see the spider. So it's sort of a big deal for the kids around in the neighborhood. So it is important that I get it up. So that's essentially my plan for the night. So let's see if we can get all this done, get this spider up before it gets dark, and get it, you know, inflated, and we'll see what it looks like. So let's go get this taken care of. I'm exhausted. Today was a super busy day, and that's how a lot of my days go. They are just non-stop action from the time I wake up till the time I go to bed, and sometimes I really like that, you know, and it's been nice after not being able to do anything for 3 days because of what I was going through. But when you have a lot of days like today, you know, it can lead to burnout, can lead to exhaustion. So you got to be really careful with having your days like that, unless you're somebody that just thrives in those non-stop going days. Now, I do appreciate a good laid back day or night at home where I'm just watching movies and hanging out, but you know, I really do like just going with my wife and son and just, you know, exploring and doing a lot of different things. And I think that's sort of what we're going to be doing tomorrow. But big takeaways from the day, you know, today is upload 49, or this video is upload 49, so tomorrow is the big one, guys. That is our halfway mark, and I am beyond stoked. And we'll probably do something for that. Like I said, we have a hat to celebrate it, so if you want to celebrate it with me, go pick up a hat from my online store. I'm going to be getting one. I've got one on order myself. It just takes a little bit to get to me because it is all hand stitched. So it is going to arrive after I hit the 50 mark, but those hats will be taken down after the 100 series is over. So it is something that you have essentially 50 more days to get. So there'll be more merch to come as well, but all the merch from the 100 series will be limited. So if you're into the project and into the channel, that is a good way to support it, a good way to commemorate it and remember, you know, what we're going through here in this 100 series. I think it'd even be funny to, I have a cool and stupid merch idea that I'm gonna make, just to commemorate a time in this 100 series. But we got the inflatable spider up, and that is one of the main things that I wanted to get done today. And that officially kicks off Halloween season here in my neighborhood and here for the Hendersons. So it is going to be a killer season. I hope you guys are ready for the vlogs. I hope you're ready yourself for the Halloween season, because it really is the best time of year. And some of the footage of me on the roof was pretty dark. And that is because, very stupidly, I forgot to take off an ND filter that I had on my drone, and I put it in the air, and I sort of just set it and forgot it. And, you know, it was a stupid rookie move, but it is what it is at this point. You know, I was wondering why the footage was so dark when I was monitoring on my controller, but I was like, what is going on with this? I know this drone isn't this poor in low light, and had an ND16 on it, and I was shooting at 1600 ISO, so I was like, what the heck is going on? But you know, it is what it is. I wasn't going to go back out and try to re-get the shot, because sometimes it's documenting and not creating, and by the time I would have been able to get the shot, you know, it was too dark to really actually shoot at that point anyways. So that sucks that the footage was a little dark, a little grainy, but it is what it is. You know, I still captured it, and we still got the spider on the house before it got completely dark, and it's currently, you know, lit up right now on top. So super stoked for that. But guys, I am really looking forward to the next 50 uploads, and I'm gonna work my hardest to not miss any more days, catch us back up, and inject a little bit more story into the next 50 uploads. I think they're only gonna be better than the previous 50. So as always, guys, stay rad, just go shoot, and I'll see you tomorrow. See ya.